Good afternoon, Rampage family. Welcome back. Game 3 here in Phoenix. Today's lineup is against the Columbus Blue Jackets, who, there's no reason to mince words. They're a really strong, really good team. So they are the highest ranked team that we are going to play against this weekend. And so it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a hard-fought battle. And if the boys are up to the test and they play well, they stand a shot. If they don't play well, then they don't. That is my entire overly simplistic analysis of what today's game is going to look like. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in here on this lovely Saturday afternoon. Sunday afternoon, good grief. It's Sunday today, I think. I don't know, December? But whatever it is, we got about 22 seconds left in the warm-up period. Then we'll get going to period number 1. The boys have put in 2 good efforts so far, obviously pulling down the win in Game 1 against Dallas. And unfortunately, losing in overtime to Anaheim last night in a game that we outplayed the Ducks. And sometimes that's just the way it goes. We were the better team through yesterday's game, and we just didn't come up with a win. So no reason to take any shame or, be mad about how that went. It just didn't go our way. Some constants through the weekend so far is that we still only have 2 hybrid officials, and they're still stuck at their job. So I don't expect that to be any different today, but we shall see. Boys are done warming up, giving themselves a pep talk, getting ready to go. Like I said, this is going to be a tough battle today. I think our boys are up to the test. Got a chance to get some food, get some rest. Nice early afternoon. Hopefully, they're ready to go. So,
they called him on the data.
They must have just freaking called him on the data. Freaking bullshit. Like freaking already won it.
Out on the ice, we've got Mr. Ryder Shields in net. Up front, we've got Freitas, Whittingham, and Dormer. And holding down the blue line for this first shift, we've got White and Butler. 17 minutes up on the board. We're back in the same rink we were in yesterday, so I will apologize ahead of time for any network issues that we have that throws out our live feed. And the scoreboard, the time on the scoreboard is really, really difficult to read. All right, period number 1. Here we go. Tied up on the draw. It's going to come back into the Rampage zone. White has to chase it down deep in his zone, sends it across the Butler on the far side. Up to Dormer. Dormer goes off a stick into the Rampage bench. Face-off is going to come back into the Rampage zone. 16:48 left in period number 1. Same crew out as before. Rampage with the draw back into the corner. Butler's going to send it around to the near side. It's up the wall. Freitas off the wall. Gets poke check to stay in the zone, and now it comes just out of the zone. Freitas turns with it, sends it up to Dormer. Dormer makes a move up the wall. He's going to dump it in. Goes to the far side. Whittingham sends it back down low. Puck bouncing around back behind the Blue Jackets net. Goes into the far side corner. Up and out of the zone. Back into the Rampage zone. And we get a whistle for icing. 16-16 left in period number 1. Out on the ice. Banyan, Whitted, Flanagan, Bennett, Lester. Tied up on the draw. I'm sorry. Actually, it comes back to Lester at the point. Rimmed around the boards to the near side. Whitted gets there. Tries to turn with it. Drives it in the corner. Sends it up the boards. Looking for Bennett. Blue Jackets with a takeaway. They're going to send it up and out. Far side into the Rampage zone on the far side. Player makes a move. Shields with a save. Up to the point. Blue Jackets dump it back in low. Far side of the net. Puck comes up. Flanagan's got it. He's going to turn with it. He's up and out of the zone on the far side. Flanagan into the Blue Jacket zone. Sends it in on net. A quick hot damn! Flanagan with a quick shot. Pad pass from the far side point. Comes out to, was it Bennett? Brady Bennett gets a rebound, puts it in, and with 15:42 left in period number 1, Rampage go up by 1. Yeah. Out on the ice, we've got Freitas, Dormer, Whittingham, Bisley, and White. Blue Jackets drive it into the Rampage zone, out to the near side, pass cross ice to the far side. Whittingham gets there, sends it up and out of the zone. It comes through. They're waving off icing. Play will continue. Blue Jackets get there first. Dormer chases it down low. Comes up to the point. White holds it. Bounces out to Freitas. Freitas tries to take a shot. Blue Jackets with the puck coming back the other way. And now Freitas pokes it back into the Blue Jacket zone. Jackets send it across to the near side. They send it up off a stick into the Rampage zone. Play will continue. Shields is going to leave it for Butler. Butler skates to the far side. He's up and through. Takes the red line. Pokes it. Gives it back to himself and drives it down the boards on the far side. Puck centers, and now Blue Jackets have it. They're going to skate up and out of the zone. Cross ice to the near side. Centering pass. Shot taken. Shields with the save. Secondary shot. Shields is going to hang on. So we get a stoppage. We'll have a face-off in the Rampage zone. 14:45 left in period number 1. Out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Judkins, Sarver, Bennett, and Bisley. Tied up on the draw. It's going to go down low into the corner. Battle for the puck. Comes up to Sarver. Sarver turns with it, sends it off the boards and out of the zone. Blue Jackets back up the near side, and Bennett sends it back the other way. Goes off some sticks and into the Blue Jacket zone. Play will continue. Jackets pick it up behind their net, rimming around to the far side. Off the boards, Drexel gets there. He's going to backhand it to keep it in the zone. Sarver with the down low to Drexel. Back to Sarver. Shot taken. Goaltender makes a save. Puck is loose. It's back behind. Drexel pokes it to the far side corner. Jackets get there. They're going to send it across to the near side and skate out of their zone with it. Take the red line. They're going to dump it in. Shields holds it up. He's going to leave it for Espirito. Comes back this way. Lester sends it up the boards on the near side. Roberts clears the zone. Root takes a check when he didn't have the puck, but play will continue. Quick steal. Trent White comes back into the zone. Reverse check on his way in. Put somebody down on the ice. Pass across to the far side into the Rampage zone, and Blue Jackets are offside by a mile. And we've got some pushing and shoving after the whistle by somebody about a foot shorter than Butler, I think. Yeah, spicy little meatball. Out on the ice, we've got Freitas, Dormer, Whittingham, Bisley, and Bennett. Rampage win the draw. Bennett feeds it up to Freitas. Freitas turns. He's going to fire it in the zone. Dormer's in on the forecheck. Puck to the far side. Blue Jackets send it off the wall. They're out of the zone now. Into the Rampage zone on the near side. Pass across, ends up in the corner. Whittingham sends it up. Dormer wrangles it in, gets it out of the zone, picks it back up again. He's into the Blue Jacket zone. Tafridis goes back for Dormer. Pass comes across the near side boards. Blue Jackets coming back the other way. Skate to the center of the slot. Pass across. A shot taken. Shields has to get a leg pad on that one. Whittingham's going to skate it up and out of the zone. Takes the red line. He's going to dump it in and go for a change. Fresh skaters on the ice for the Rampage boys. Up and out of the zone. Into the Rampage zone. Blue Jackets skate down the near side wall. Tied up on the near wall. Blue Jackets center the pass. Shot taken. Whitted gets the body in the way of that one. Blue Jackets send it in. They have to tag up. They do so. They're back into the zone. Rampage pick it up. Fan on the pass, and now it's bouncing around. Whitted's going to collect it. Sends it out. Goes off the stick into the Blue Jackets zone. Blue Jackets coming back the other way. Tied up on the far wall. Now to the near side corner. Blue Jackets up to the point. They send it back down the wall again. Tied up on the wall. And we've got a penalty coming to the Rampage. We got a penalty to the Rampage coming for a bigger body against a smaller body near the boards. 12:01. Yeah. 12:01 left in period number one. Rampage are going to be out in the penalty kill.
We kind of have the momentum already in kid turns, right?
Yeah. To be honest, he actually held up a little bit.
Yeah, no,
but
you know what I mean?
He's strong. He's just too strong for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's.
Well, when you get that force going, it's just.
I don't want anybody to be hurt by any stretch, but I don't like what they're talking about there.
I don't like what they're talking. I don't like when it's a freaking giant kid like that.
Yeah.
Come on now. You gonna be coming out on the next shift?
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like if you're that hurt, then you shouldn't be coming out on the next shift. If you're boarding, wrestling,
and here's the thing. He didn't even call a penalty till the kid went down to the ice. He didn't call it on the hit. He called it the results afterwards.
Actually laid down.
No, I don't either. Refs having a full-on discussion about what the penalty is. So apparently they're calling a 2 and 10. That's freaking great. Didn't even put his hand in the air until after the kid went down to the ice. But it's got a 2 and 10 with 12 minutes left in the first. Out on the ice, we've got Foster, White, Whittingham, and Bennett. I'm sorry, Butler to start this PK. Butler picks it up, sends it hard, it bounces, takes a weird bounce off the boards, comes out of the zone. Blue Jackets skated off the wall to the far side. They're into the zone on the far side. Feed it down low. White picks it up. White sends it off the boards and out. He's going to clear it. Blue Jackets pick it up. They're going to regroup behind their net. Tied up on its way in. White sends it right back out again. Blue Jackets are now offside for a mile. They hold up, send it across to the near side. They're into the Rampage zone. Sit back down, back behind the Rampage net. They're going to skate, send it up the boards on the far side. Shot taken, Shields with the save. And that little guy just swatted at Freeman's, the backside of his legs on his way out. Tell you what, they don't want to poke the bear on that one, I don't think. Out on the ice, we've got Foster, Whittingham, Bennett, and Lester to take over with 1:09 left on the penalty kill. Blue Jackets win the draw. Blue line center, across to the near side. Feed it down below, back up. Cross ice center, blue line, back down top of the circle. Fed across, quick shot, Shields with the save. He's going to cover it up. We get a stoppage. 10:54 left in period number 1. 52 seconds left on the penalty kill. Out on the ice, we've got Freitas, Bennett, Dormer, and Bisley. Back into the corner. Bisley sends it up but not out. Back down the wall on the far side. Freitas gets there, turns and fires. He's going to clear it out. Blue Jackets have it behind their net. They're going to regroup. Up the near side wall. Chip into the Rampage zone. They're going to chase it down low. Freitas gets there, and Bennett turns. He's going to send it up, clear it out ever so gently. 22 seconds left on the penalty kill. Blue Jackets up the near side boards. They're into the zone. White chases it down, pins it on the boards, and it comes up to a Blue Jackets player at the point. They skate, toss it across to the far side. Don't get much on the shot. And then Lester sends it off the boards, up and out of the zone. 2 seconds, 1 second. Rampage are back at full strength. Successful penalty kill. Blue Jackets have the puck. They're regrouping, send it up the near side boards. Just slides through neutral, and then, White's going to send it up and out. Back to neutral where Blue Jackets have to regroup. They dump it in hard. White gets there, ties things up in the corner. Sends it up the boards on the near side. Sarver backhands it out of the zone. Blue Jackets chip it back in. They have to tag up and do so. Lester's going to get there. Leaves it for White. White up the near side boards. Blue Jackets pinching in. Keep it down low. Blue Jackets on the near side wall. Steal by Judkins. He's going to clear it up and out. Back into the zone. White sends it up into the Blue Jacket zone. Right back out again. Butler picks it up, skates through, dumps it in. Back behind the Blue Jackets net. Puck up the near side wall. Comes through, and we have a whistle for icing. 8:55 left in period number 1. Out on the ice, we've got Foster, Root, Roberts, Espirito, and Butler. Tied up on the draw. It's going to come to a Blue Jackets player. Roberts turns and fires just wide of the net. Puck ends up on the far wall. Jackets send it back to the near side. Roberts chases it down low into the corner. Up the wall on the near side. Root centers it. Blue Jackets with the puck. Pass through there. Didn't quite make it. They held up because they were offside. Now they're back into the zone. Send it in from the blue line. Shields has it in his glove. And Foster just took a grab to the face mask, which is an automatic game ejection per the rule book. But that's not going to happen. 8:28 left in period number 1. Out on the ice, we've got Dormer, Whittingham, Freitas, Fewer, who am I missing? And Bennett. Tied up on the draw, bouncing around still. Up to Freitas. Freitas across for Whittingham. He wrangles it in, skates out of the zone. Sends it back just behind, and now Bennett gets tied up on the near side boards. Comes back to Freitas. Freitas across for Whittingham. Blue Jackets coming back. They're back into the zone. Bennett sends it up the wall on the near side. Comes out of the zone. Tied up on the wall. Freitas sends it across to Whittingham. Whittingham's in the zone on the far side. Sends it down in the corner on the far side. Jackets send it up the far wall. Comes up but not out. Flanagan holds it, and then Blue Jackets are going to skate it out. They dump it into the Rampage zone. Super late hit on Flanagan into the boards. Much more egregious than what our kid is sitting in the box for 12 minutes for, but you didn't hear it from me. Puck comes up and out. Back into the Blue Jacket zone. They collect, send it across to the far side corner. Puck comes up and out of the zone. Jackets are way offside on the way into the zone, and we get a whistle and a stop at 7:16 left in period number 1. Face off will be outside the Rampage zone. On the ice, we've got Sarver, Drexel, Whittingham, Isley, and White. Rampage win the draw. Over to the near side to White. White across for Drexel, tied up on his way in. Now the puck comes out of the zone. Comes back to White. White sends it across off the boards, looking for Sarver off his stick, and then Jackets have the puck. Skating back the other way. They're into the Rampage zone on the near side. Sarver ties things up down low, comes up to a Blue Jackets player. Drexel with the steal. He's out of the zone. Chasing the puck down. Held up on the far wall. Back to Sarver. Sarver feeds a shot. Goaltender has a save. He's going to hang up. 6:41 left in period number 1. Out on the ice. Roberts, Foster, Root, Butler, and Lester. Thank you. Sometimes I miss one and I can't figure out which one I missed. Yeah. Jackets win the puck. Round to the near side boards, up and out of the zone. Root turns around, sends it back into the Jackets zone. Roberts on the forecheck. Jackets send it up the wall, takes a weird bounce out to center, but nobody home. Jackets coming back the other way. They're into the Rampage zone. Feed it across the center of the puck. Goes to the far corner. They've sent it up the wall to the far point. Bounces on a player, but still stays in the zone. Down low, Butler gets there, backhands it up the boards on the near side. Jackets hold the line, send it back in. Butler picks it up, skates it to the far side, feeds it up and out to Root. Goes off of his stick, and now a Jackets player is going to pick it up at neutral ice. Send it back into the zone. Shields holds it up for Lester. Lester skates to the far side, makes a move back behind the net, passes the puck across to Roberts. To Dormer. Dormer's into the zone. Jackets send it back out. Bennett backhands it up to Dormer. Dormer to Freitas. Freitas is into the zone. He makes a move down low. Holds up, sends a puck across. Comes up and out to Espirito. Changes direction. Freitas tries to clear it. Back to Bennett in his own zone. He skates off the wall. He's going to drop it for Espirito. Espirito up to Freitas. Freitas backhands it into the Blue Jacket zone. Comes right back out again. Jackets coming back the other way. Freitas on a nice backhand to turn it around and then absolutely blows somebody up. Nice job, John Jack. Jackets send it to the far side corner. Just over 5 minutes to go in period number 1. Tied up on the wall on the far side now. Banyan and Bennett are in the mix. Comes off the wall over to Flanagan on the near side. He skates it up and out, takes a red line. He's going to chip it in and give chase. Back behind the net. Puck goes to the far side wall. Blue Jackets hold up and now pass it across. They chip it into the zone. Flanagan with the puck. He's going to skate it up and out. Chips it into the zone. And the player that was knocked down and hurt before is on the ice right now. So obviously he wasn't hurt too bad. Foster with it. Rampage getting another penalty. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in period number 1. Rampage going back on the penalty kill because, again, the guys with the stripes on their shirts hate us. Out on the ice to get us going on the PK. We've got Foster, Butler. We've got 5 guys on the ice. Somebody's not going to be, but I don't know. Sorry, it looks like it's going to be Judkins, Whittingham, Butler, and White. Rampage win the draw. Puck sent around, up and out. Blue Jackets regroup at center ice and tag up. They're going to carry it back into their zone. Reset. Cross ice to the near side wall into the Rampage zone. Whittingham gets there, gets a stick on it, sends it, skates around the far side. He's going to send it up and out of the zone. Blue Jackets have to tag up. Rampage getting the change. Back in to the Rampage zone on the near side. Puck goes towards Shields. He covers it up. We get a stoppage. 1 minute, 30 seconds left on the penalty kill. 3:50 in period number 1. Out on the ice to take over on the PK. We've got Bennett, Lester, Foster, and Banyan. The outside ref saw something he didn't like, so Jackets will get tossed, and we'll have another draw. Jackets win the draw up to the near side point. Pass across to the far side, down into the corner low. Lester ties things up down there. Jackets are going to pick up the loose change, send it up the wall, and back again. Over to the blue line center. Shot taken. Shields with a save. Secondary shot. Shields gets a piece of that one and goes to the far side wall. Jackets send it up to the blue line. Deflects off a stick. Ends up on the corner in the near side. Puck comes up and out of the zone. Rampage will get a change. Jackets have to reset. 48 seconds left on the penalty kill. Puck back into the Rampage zone. White gets there. He turns, fires it, goes off of a glove. That's a hand pass! That was a hand pass. I totally agree. No whistle. Play continues. Sarver with the steal. He's going to turn around, skate it up and out. Sarver makes a move. He's into the Jackets zone. Tries to feed it down low. Goes off a stick. Jackets coming back the other way. And we get a whistle for offside. 23 seconds left on the penalty kill. 2:43 in the period. Out on the ice, we've got Flanagan, Judkins, Butler, and White. Face-off will be just outside the Rampage zone on this near side. Blue Jackets win the draw. Quick flub, and Flanagan's going to pick it up. He skates in the Blue Jacket zone, takes a quick shot. Goalie has it in his glove. He's going to drop it for his defenseman. Rampage killing time. 12 seconds left on the penalty kill. Blue Jackets skate up, out of their zone, into, nope, not quite into the Rampage zone. Cross ice to the far side. Now they're into the Rampage zone. Rampage back at full strength. Up to Flanagan. Flanagan skates out of the zone, flips it into the zone. Went off of a stick, so play will continue. Puck up to the far side is going to come up and out of the zone. Into the zone. They were offside, but play continues. Now it comes out, so now they got to tag up. Blue Jackets to the near side, feed it through. They're into the Rampage zone. Puck ends up down low, back up to Drexel. Drexel gets held, but gets the puck, clears it over to Root. Root takes the red line. He's going to dump it in. Give chase down low. Puck to the far side wall. Up and out. Over to Root to Freitas. Freitas is into the zone. Feeds it back. Robert sends it down the boards. It's going to rim around to the far side. 1:20 left in the period. Quick shot. Jackets clear it up and out. And with 1:13 left in period number 1, Rampage are going to have our first power play of the game. Not the first penalty against, but the first one that was called. 1:13 left in period number 1. Out on the ice, we've got Whittingham, Dormer, Banyan, Freitas, and Lester.
There's no base at all. You notice that? Like someone just a radio.
Blue Jackets win the draw. They're going to rim it around the boards to the far side. It's going to go the distance. Lester's in a foot race for the puck. Puck comes across to the near side. Dormer ties things up in the corner. Lester picks it up. He's going to turn and skate with it. Lester over to Freitas. Freitas is into the zone. Pass across. Whittingham with the shot. Goaltender with the save. Across to the far wall. Tied up down low. Blue Jackets send it up and out. They're going to clear it. Shields is going to hold it up. Blue Jackets player is going to get there as Rampage were taking some time. White sends it over to Dormer on the near side. Back to White. White's going to skate up the ice, across the red line, into the Blue Jacket zone, and Rampage are offside, apparently. 28 seconds left in period number 1. 1:15 left on the power play. Face off outside Blue Jacket zone. We've got Drexel, Foster, Root, White, and Butler. Tied up on the draw. White's got it. Skates it back into the zone on the near side. Shot goes off of a boot, ends up down in the corner. White skates back behind the net. Passes out to Root. Flubbed pass, and now Butler's going to have to take it back at neutral ice. Root wrangles it in. 5 seconds left in the period. Root, I think, is going to just eat the clock. Over to White, and time expires on period number 1. And thank you on the 2 and 10 penalty as well. So as we get ready to start period number 2, Rampage will have 47 seconds left on the power play. Whitted is back out of the box and can join his team again after having a 12-minute break rest in the area for people on the naughty list. Which reminds me, I don't have my hat on today.
Oh, shoot.
And I'm feeling naughty already. Sorry? We were the home team in the first game against Dallas yesterday. Yeah. Definitely feeling naughty today, so that's the way we're just going to start it off. There's no reason to even pretend I'm on the nice list right now. I'm already a little salty about the guys in stripes. Oh, absolutely. I think it's unacceptable. I mean, it's, yeah. And let's, in Fantasyland, we can pretend that these two could be really, really good at officiating. They still can't keep up. But it makes it even worse that they both suck at their job. They all do. And that's how I feel about referees. Nothing but coal in the stockings for referees, in my opinion. Okay, out on the ice to get us started for period number 2. We've got Whittingham, Banyan, Freitas, Dormer, and White. Course Rider Shields in net. Rampage on a 47-second power play, or 47 seconds left on the power play. Tied up on the draw. It's in a pile. Blue Jackets get there, feed it over the near side. They're into the Rampage zone. Shot goes wide, ends up on the far wall. Dormer gets there, feeds it back to White. White up the boards for Freitas. He turns, he's into the zone, leaves it for Banyan. Banyan over to White on the near side. Quick shot. Goalie has it in his glove. We'll get a face-off in the Blue Jacket zone. 28 seconds left on the power play. Rampage win the draw. Dormer over to White on the far side. Puck comes through to Freitas, up to Dormer. Fed down low, Blue Jackets with the steal. And now Poke to keep it in the zone. Blue Jackets get it back. They're going to skate up and out. Send it across to the near side. Down low into the corner. Just 10 seconds left on power play for the Rampage. Currently in our own zone. White sends it up the boards for Butler. Butler cross ice. Freitas tries to wrangle it in. Some holes in sticks right now. Comes back to, bounces across into the Rampage zone. Quick shot, Shields with the save, bounces out front. Now Whittingham sends it up, comes up to the point. Jackets sends a shot in. Shields has to get a piece of it. Wraparound attempt. Freitas turns, he's going to send it up and out. And Blue Jackets are at full strength, by the way, if I haven't said that already. Pass across, quick move. And with 15:45 left in period number 2, Blue Jackets are going to score. Out on the ice. Whitted, Flanagan. Nope, I'm sorry. We're getting a quick change. So we've got, what do we have? We have Drexel, Judkins, Sarver, Bennett, and Lester. Rampage win the draw. Over to Bennett on the far side, up to Sarver. Sarver is going to dump it into the corner. Puck down low, up the far side wall. Sarver gets in there, gets a piece of it, comes up to Drexel. He had his stick kind of held up and couldn't get it on the puck. Comes out to Bennett. Bennett on the far wall, makes a quick move. Puck gets stuck in the snow on the far wall, and now Jackets are going to turn and flip it into the zone. A little back and forth at neutral ice, and now it gets flipped way up into the air, into the ceiling, and out of play. So with 15-12 left in period number 2, we're going to face off outside the Blue Jackets zone. And on the ice, we've got Roberts, Foster, Root, Bisley, and Fewer. Foster totally got tripped on the faceoff. Puck gets flipped in, ends up back behind and in the far corner now. Puck comes back to Bisley. He turns with it. One of 2 officials out there gets in the way. Now puck comes up to Foster. He's into the zone. Quick poke check. Root tries to wrangle it in. It's bouncing around. Root sends it down the wall on the near side. It ends up back behind the net. Foster gets there. Backhands it right out front. And it bounces around and ends up just wide and on the far wall. Jackets pick it up, come back through, and we have a running screen pick. And so with 14:33 left in period number 2, Rampage are going to go back on the power play for an interference call. So with 14:33 left in period number 2, Rampage on the power play. Out on the ice to get us started. We've got Foster, Whitted, Drexel, Lester, and Butler. And Rampage getting tossed for reasons I don't understand. Foster didn't take the draw. Blue Jackets send the puck to the far side. Up and out. They're going to clear it. Lester has to race back forward. He's got a player on. Foster comes back, picks it up. Skates up and out of the zone. Through into the Blue Jacket zone, down the near side wall. Foster regains the puck. Sends it up front, but it deflects way up in the air. Ends up on the far wall. Bounces out towards Drexel, and now Blue Jackets are going to get it. They send it up, and now they're going to turn and clear it off the ceiling, so the faceoff should come back to just outside the Blue Jacket zone. 1:27 left on the power play. 14 minutes exactly left in the period. Out on the ice to take over on the power play, we've got Banyan, Freitas, Whittingham, Dormer, and White. Puck into the zone. Whittingham picks it up, makes a move, sends it just wide of the net. Up to Freitas on the near wall, back up to White. Down to Freitas, cross ice, deflects off a stick. Dormer has to knock it out of the air. Sends it down low, takes a weird bounce, and now up to the blue line to Dormer. Back to Banyan. Sent down low, deflects, and goaltender has to deflect it, or put it wide. Far side up to Dormer at the point, back down the wall. Back behind. Banyan's got it tied up down low. Whittingham comes in to help out. Freitas does as well. Blue Jackets clear it up and out. 45 seconds left on the power play. White is going to get there. Skates to the far side, sends it up to Dormer. Dormer across, looking for Sarver. Bounces off the wall. He wrangles it in. He's into the zone. Turns it to the point. Ends up coming up and out of the zone. Flanagan gets hooked on his way back. He's back into the zone with it. Bennett turns. He's going to skate up on the near side. He's into the zone over to Judkins. Judkins centers the pass, looking for Sarver. Ends up down low. Sarver up to Flanagan at the point. Flanagan back to Sarver. Sarver back to Flanagan. Back to Sarver. Pass across, goes off the boards, and Blue Jackets get there. They're going to clear, and Blue Jackets are back at full strength. Yeah, I think puck comes across. Blue Jackets back into the zone on the near side. Puck across to the far side corner. Dormer out front. Comes back to a Blue Jackets player. Shields has to make a save. Puck on the near side wall, bouncing around. Shields has it in his glove. He's going to hang on. We're going to face off in the Rampage zone. 12:04 in period number 2. Out on the ice, we've got Whittingham, Freitas, Dormer, Espirito, and Butler. Rampage win the draw over to the near side. Butler up the wall to Whittingham. Whittingham off the wall. He's into the zone, and Rampage are offside. Cody stoppage. Faceoff's going to come outside the Blue Jackets zone. Same group out as before. Blue Jackets having a team meeting before the faceoff. 11:55 left in period number 2. Pokes through. Freitas is going to come back. Sends it across for Butler. Butler up to Whittingham. Poke check. Blue Jackets back into the zone. Blue Jackets celebrating a really big hit against Freeman Butler, but it was nowhere near the puck. So you can celebrate, but it still should have been a penalty. Butler skating up the far side. Jackets with it in their zone. Rampage getting a change. Jackets back into the Rampage zone on the near side. Shot taking. Shields with the save. Puck down low. Comes back to Butler. Changes direction. Jackets get there. Whitted picks it up. He skates up and out of the zone to the far side. He's in the Blue Jackets zone. Shot taking goes wide of the net. Ends up in the near corner. Sarver hunts it down. Drexel gets in there as well. Comes up to Whitted. He's going to pass it across off the boards on the far side. Blue Jackets send it up. Fewer kicks it, and now Blue Jackets are into the zone. Quick shot. Shields got a piece. It ends up on the near boards. Bounces up to Drexel. Drexel turns. He skates out of the zone with it. Flips it into the zone. Blue Jackets send it back out again, and there's a player there. Quick breakaway. Shot taken. Puck ends up back behind. Out to the near side boards. Puck bounces out and across. Bounces to the far wall. Shields has lost his stick for now. Definitely need to ice it and clear it right now. There we go. Whitted's going to turn and fire it. That'll be icing. And we'll get a stoppage, and Shields will have a chance to get a stick back, which is the most important thing in that play. 10:02 left in period number 2. Out on the ice, we've got Foster, Roberts, Root, White, and Lester.
Well, the goalie isn't even ready. Like, come on.
Jackets win the draw up to the point. Quick shot. Shields with the save. He's going to hang on.
Lay on freaking players. Lay on the fucking goalie, too.
9:58 left in period number 2. We'll get a face-off in the Rampage zone. On the ice, we've got Banyan, Judkins, Flanagan, Lester, and White. Quick shot. Shields with the save. Gets poked up but not out. Jackets keep it in. They take a shot, deflects off a stick up into the netting and out of play. Face-off will be in the Rampage zone. 9:50 left in period number 2.
Yeah.
Rampage win the draw. Lester sends it hard around the board, so the near side comes up to the point. Not out. Puck goes back in behind. Back behind, and now Blue Jackets get there. Skated up the board, send it to the point. It comes out of the zone. Puck comes up to the blue line. It's going to bounce out now. Bouncing around at neutral ice. Jackets get a stick. They're going to poke it through, and then Lester wrangles it in, sends it back to White. White up, doesn't connect, and that'll be icing. 9:16 left in period number 2. Out on the ice, we've got Butler, Bennett, Friedis, Whittingham, and Dormer. And I think probably at our next stoppage we'll get an ice cut. Rampage being tossed out of the face-off circle. Friedis coming in to take the draw. Columbus gets there. Puck goes across to the far wall. Dormer picks it up. He's going to skate up and out of the zone. He's into the zone. Quick shot deflects off the stick into the netting and out of play. 9:06 left in period number 2. We're going to face off in the Blue Jacket zone. Out on the ice, we've got Whitted, Sarver, Drexel, Bennett, and Butler. Rampage win the draw up to the point, across to Butler. Butler takes a shot, goes off a body. He wrangles it back in, takes another shot off a stick, up into the netting, and out of play. And with that, we will go to an ice cut. So 8:58 left in period number 2. When we come back, face-off will be in the Blue Jacket zone. And score is currently 1-1. And just a little commentary. We knew they were going to be a very strong team. I believe I heard that they're actually ranked number 2 in Tier 1 Elite Hockey League rankings. And these guys are very fast. And obviously they're very good. And our boys have played with them. So they're dominating us a little bit on shots on goal. It's 19-11 in their favor. However, our boys got off to a good start. They need to keep up the pace and actually dial it back up again to sort of woke the giant a little bit going into the end of period number 1. So I'm proud of them. They're playing well. They're doing a great job, and we can hang with these guys, and I love it. So when we come back, the score will be 1-1. We'll have 8 minutes and 58 seconds left in period number 2. Face-off will be in the Blue Jacket zone. I'm going to go on mute. We'll see you guys back in about 10 minutes.